Heyo everyone, my name is Ferritu and welcome back to Honkai Star Rail for a new Trailblaze mission quest. Here we are, I have finally caught up with the current version story quest. This is 3.2 story quest, I believe it is. And from what I could tell, in the last video we have faced off against the Flame Reaver. And I'm not sure if we permanently defeated him, but something tells me that we did not defeat him completely, because, if I remember correctly, this is the land of the past and the future, meaning he may have been defeated now, but I have a feeling that we may see him again. But I think there is, like I think before, not really mentioned, but there's something more to Emphoreus than I thought here, because it is eternally day, and at some point, eternally night. So I'm in the garden, I believe, because apparently I'm supposed to speak with the Chrysalis heirs here. And I think this is the spot where Trian's body turned into a doll. And if I remember correctly, I have a feeling that there's going to be a coup d'etat or a rebellion ensuing by the Council of Elders or whatnot ever. And we know that Tribi, or Tribios, was the first demigod to take her first step into this flame chase journey. And Minimos finally take up the mantle of the Authority of Strife, and is now becoming a sole shield against the Black Tide until we finally caught up with what we're supposed to do. So, it was mentioned in hints that we may or may not encounter another Chrysalis heir. And to my surprise, I also found out that by the time she took the Titan of Reason, it was a Circe's, I believe, apparently Anaxa was a dead body. So he might have been an undead. So let's go ahead and start the video as well, and start this video as well. So I hope you guys enjoy the video as well. It will be a long video. It's probably around 2 hours. So, alright. Tribios' memory has unveiled the very first prophecy. All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle. Such is the will of fate. If I take on Oronix's trial, yeah, because we also found out in the last video that there was no one compatible to take on Oronix's trial, and we've pretty much caught on to how we use that ability. And I guess in choices, we were the likely candidate. Maybe. Regardless, I must give Aglaya an answer. So yeah, tensions are running high. I'm gonna open my water bottle real quick. Some time ago.
Ah, it's you, Cass. I finished the anthology of poems you lent me. Here it is.
I thought you'd be too preoccupied to find time for reading.
Precisely because of these obligations, I felt compelled to read it swiftly.
Wouldn't all these preoccupations slow your pace?
On the contrary, knowing that time is limited can push one to overcome their limitations. The weight of these responsibilities seems to have enhanced my reading efficiency.
I understand completely. During my time at the Grove, the closer exams drew, the more efficient I became at tackling everyday mundane tasks. Anything but my actual studies.
I almost forgot that, speaking of Candace here, or Casterus, I don't know why I keep saying Candace. Casterus. In the ending of the quest, 3.1 quest here, we were shown that we would be dead, embraced by her, I believe. I don't know. I'm giving clues that it may be related to her trial, because she is not a demigod, maybe, because apparently death or Thanatos is nowhere to be seen. I don't know yet, so I'm not sure.
Precisely.
And it has been a cliffhanger, and it's preoccupied my thoughts since this morning. I just thinking it might be just related to her trial if it comes up here, and it might be in this quest too.
As I remember, you and Phainon were both disciples of the new Sporists. I assume that Anaxa's exams were as unreasonable as the man himself, correct?
The courses Professor Anaxa taught were Introduction to Alchemy and History of Mythology. And to be perfectly honest, those two courses were the students' greatest nightmares.
How so? Maybe it's because too many tests?
The history of mythology, taught by the blasphemous great performer himself. I can imagine their fear.
Okay, why was he called the Great Performer? I'm meant to figure things out.
Now that I think about it, students would often rush to the podium during class to challenge him on those blasphemous ideas. May I ask, Lady Aglaya, has your relationship with Professor Anaxa always been like this?
He openly dismisses people's faith and questions the very justification of the flame chase journey. Our positions have been destined to be at odds. While you were studying there, I assume you must have heard of his nickname.
A Dromus draped in finery?
As I see it, this nickname is more of an insult to the Dromas.
That's a cute laugh.
Despite his insufferable arrogance, I do hold a certain respect for his nature as a scholar. To remain true to his principles, he is unafraid to stand opposed to the world, and that requires considerable resolve. Anaxagoras' life is almost like a satire. As a Chrysos heir, he refuses to heed the prophecy, while he disrespects the gods.
The gods have chosen him.
He was indeed chosen by Circes. Is something weighing on you, Cass? The golden thread is quivering. I sense there's more to this exchange than idle chatter.
With all due respect, I'd like to know what you plan to do with him.
In light of his assistance in the battle against the Flame Reaver, I am willing to grant him some time to find a way to remove the core flame. However, if Anaxa decides to make any move that places us in danger, I will not hesitate to take extreme measures.
Just as I feared.
The Flame Chase journey is the destined path for the Chrysos heirs. Yet he now seems more like an empty shell. Given his strong sense of self-respect,
And dead.
I trust that Anaxagoras will make the right decision.
Still, I can't help but hope for another possibility. Perhaps Anaxa will also overcome his limitations, now that he knows time is limited.
I understand your stance. Let's continue this discussion another time. But now, let's greet our guest.
Is it me?
You're here.
Yay. It's me, MM.
Does this mean you're ready to take on Orynyx's trial?
Ooh, I'm still on the fence. We are ready, Mem and me.
It seems that this sacred beast is just as indispensable, given their intricate ties to the Titan.
Not the Titan, but the Aeon itself.
Memmy mem.
Thanks to you.
Memmy mem 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 mem. Memmy mem memmy mem.
Sorry. Hee. Thanks to you, I've evolved from a little dog into a sacred beast. You're just a sacred dog, aren't you?
Surrendering the core flame is a Chrysos heir's duty. Your selfless assistance is deeply appreciated. However, I urge you to carefully consider the risks of accepting the trial. Becoming a demigod means forsaking your humanity. You will inherit Orynyx's divinity and bear the time of Amphorius, all on your own.
To be honest, I don't think I'm human to begin with. I mean, I was literally created out of nothing. I have a Stellaron in me. I am holding 4 paths, for crying out loud. Able to switch battle styles on my own. I mean, yeah, I'm not even human. I think it's just another gimmick that I could do.
From that point onward, your fate will be forever intertwined with ours, never to be separated again, until the end of Genesis.
Is there a plan B, or are you trying to talk me out of it?
On the contrary, you are the only one who qualifies to attain divinity.
I'm worried, Divine.
Yet, for that very reason, I do not wish to pressure you.
Is there a plan B?
It's exceedingly rare to find a capable Chrysos heir. If this path proves unattainable, I am willing to lower my expectations. There are still many priests of Yanissopolis and their descendants in the city. If I'm left with no other option, I'll try to find someone worthy among them.
So I'm just a Plan A because I pretty much am the only one who interacted with Anaxa. And that is because I interacted with Anaxa probably in the first chapter that I was able to obtain the Path of Remembrance. Maybe because it recognized fully from me? I don't know. Someone seems like a shot in the dark. If I do not descend into hell, who will? Alright, that's it. I'm out. Exactly. We can't have the civilians bear the risks, can we?
Hero.
We've come so far, and everyone's counting on you to be the hero. I'm already the hero. I've been the hero of one space station and 2 planets and a hotel that is supposedly a dream world. As for the trial, you have nothing to fear. The Time Titan may be willful at times, but they never caused us any harm. Myth has it that Anaxa opposes mortals, but to me, they just seem a bit timid, like a child.
It looks like you know that Titan rather well.
Oddly enough, I don't remember ever meeting them, but the moment I saw the Trailblazer, Anaxa's memories were already in my head.
Memories that exist outside of your own experiences.
I can't explain why, but I can vouch for Mem's words. When I was in the abyss, I heard the Titan's groans, full of pain and grievances, yet without any ill will.
I had to take a water. I trust you all to make the right call. Do I even have a say in this?
Since you've made your decision, go back to the bath chamber and get some rest. Trinen will call for you when the ceremony is ready. It is difficult for me, as the guide, to absolve myself from blame for things to have progressed to this point. Time and again, you have risen to the occasion for Akima. Merely rewarding you with some honeydew is no longer able to express the extent of our gratitude.
What else can you reward me at this point?
When the dust settles, I hope that we'll have the chance to have a long chat regarding your return journey and the curse of the sky. It's about time that we lift the taboo and discuss things openly.
Before leaving, I should go and say hi to Casterus. Okay, so we speak to the third wife. Because at this point, there has been teasers of fan, I can't say fan service or fan art of it, but it seems that Casterus might be Cassius. I don't remember the male Trailblazer's name. Cassius, or Estelle. I will say Stale and Cassius here, being the third wife of both of them. I don't know.
Miss, may everything go well for you and Mem.
You need Aglaia for something too?
It's nothing. I only came to discuss some matters with Lady Aglaia. Previously, I lent her an anthology of poems that Lady Trianne had gifted to me. Tracing back, this anthology was something left for Lady Trianne by a bard before their passing. Although personal properties should be cleared out once their owner has passed on, Lady Trianne gave this book to me since she knew how much I like to read.
Is this book very special? Can you tell me more about this book? I'll say the second option.
No, it's just an ordinary book. It's definitely not some kind of unique copy. It just contains an allegory. In a faraway land, in a city known as Styxia, a dragon corrupted by the black tide descended one day, swooping upon the city like death itself.
The river Styx? Okay, I'm getting enough analogy that Amphorius is indeed some sort of inspiration of Greece. and its mythology. So yeah, I think it's giving a little clue that we are going to deal with Thanatos here in this chapter.
It swallowed the princess of the city whole before it was suppressed. After taking down the evil dragon, the warriors discovered that the princess's life had already met its end. Overwhelmed by grief, the queen hired an alchemist to resurrect the princess using the dragon's flesh and blood. However, having lost memories of her previous life, the resurrected princess turned into an evil dragon herself and wreaked havoc on the city. As a result, the prosperous Styxia met its demise.
Sounds like a another city that's trying to take control of a Titan, maybe, and probably, I don't know. It just reminds me, I'm sensing a pattern here. Most of the great cities that have prospered and huge were trying to deal with trying to control a Titan's power, and met its demise because they are foolish. So, what a dark story, what a touching story.
Mem.
Huh?
Mem.
How was that touching?
I actually think so too.
Do you agree with me, or you agree with Mem that I'm starting to be weird?
Mem.
What?
Mem. Me. Mem.
That was the correct opinion to increase friendship level? That's funny. It's the things that I would choose something in a dialogue that increases friendship status, much like dating sims.
The author of this book is Archepia, a wandering bard who traveled to many cities. Among the things she left behind are poems, dictionaries, and many tragicomedy scripts. She even clearly underlined and took notes in books that covered myths with her elegant handwriting. While flipping through these books, I felt like I was afforded a glimpse into the life of Archepia. It felt just like I was traveling with someone that I'd never met before. It was as if she had yet to pass on and was still alive.
Most of her... No one goes through life without leaving their mark behind. She probably didn't not think much of it while she was writing. I think this was some...
That's right. Writing, drawing, and taking photographs. It seems like human nature to try and leave records of things.
Like leaving a mark in the world can leave a massive impact in the future. Like, if you guys ever know that analogy well, you probably will figure things out. Like, whoever can leave a mark, like, gosh, I don't know, like a painter, like a Van Gogh leaving. Most people would say Van Gogh's in the. You could say that he may be deaf, or I don't remember much about Van Gogh, but his artwork is pretty damn beautiful. It leaves a mark to inspire other people to try to outdo him, to create something even more beautiful than his work. I mean, I think I've seen Doctor Who, and it talks about Van Gogh, I think.
Speaking of taking photographs, when I was helping you to take the photo previously, I did not look through the photos in your photo stone out of courtesy. But I'm also very curious about the story of the Rosy Celestial Maiden.
Oh, okay. I think now she's asking about the thing, this little incident that, when we first went to Amphorius, we had someone, Diamonius, I think that's his name, was going through, March's camera here while taking our photos. Then he caught a glimpse of March, I believe. Now she's getting curious here and there.
Despite having visited many cities in Amphorius, I still understand nothing about the world beyond the sky.
Makes sense.
If there is an opportunity...
Oh, there will be an opportunity.
Forget it.
No.
Let's talk about this in the future.
Maybe.
For now, I only hope that you'll be able to complete the trial safely and obtain Orynyx's blessing.
Oh, is this a future date? And I just realized I had a chill on my back, that fear and dread that March or Firefly will get very mad at Stell or Cassius. Or yeah. Okay, I don't think there's anything else to do here. It's time to go back and talk to Dahong. Yeah, it's actually not getting so laggy when I'm near the bath chamber. Yeah, I'm starting to notice that as well. And Phynon is here as well. Also, AI. The light of the crystal surface dims and floats through you quietly, resistant to any taps or knocks. Legend has it that Oronix created 6 moons before being plied with liquor on the 7th day of Fagosa, thereby creating the Amphorius weekly cycle. Perhaps another after the start of the new week, it will regain its luster and shine again. Not sure why, but every time I tap into this particular crystal, there's always something new as well. Citizens Assembly.
That's right. Oh, partner, you're back just in time. This is something that the both of you should probably know.
Some good news, or I think this is gonna be true. More trouble?
I wouldn't call it trouble. I just think it will be favorable if the both of you understand the situation in Akima better.
Do you remember the Council of Elders that was on our heels previously? It seems like they've made their move.
Some background information for you. The Council of Elders is an authoritative body in Amphorius, made up of different city representatives. They hold legislative power over the Holy City, and are in charge of presiding over the Citizens' Assembly held once every few years. This is the most important social event of Akima. It is highly influential, and can even affect what happens to the Flame Chase journey.
So Aglaya doesn't actually call the shots.
Despite her vision and wisdom that spans across thousands of years, even she cannot win over the hearts of everyone.
I have never once passed my sociology class. Perhaps you should take some exams next time you visit Paperfold University. So tell me more about the Citizens' Assembly.
Every 5 to 10 years, the Council of Elders organizes a Citizens' Assembly at Dawncloud.
Oh, okay, okay, Dawncloud. I just realized something again. The version 3.3 may take place at Dawncloud. I am thinking it because apparently the word Dawncloud was used in the title of the news Trailblazer story. And I ain't gonna spoil you guys that much, but I pretty much thinking that you all might have seen the live stream or the broadcast.
During the assembly, the representatives will vote on major issues such as whether the Chrysos heirs led by Aglaya should still hold the right to govern the Holy City, and whether the Titan's conquest should continue.
It sounds like some sort of system to balance the heroes and the mortals.
That is correct. However, the problem lies in the fact that there are ill-intentioned extremists in the Council of Elders. They view the Citizens' Assembly as a way to restrain the Chrysos heirs and hope to take complete control over the Flame Chase journey.
Why though?
We can refer to them as the opposition. During the assemblies held in the past 100 years, the voices supporting the opposition have been growing stronger in the shadows. It's only thanks to Aglaya that the Flame Chase journey has been able to continue to this day. The Citizens' Assembly is just around the corner. But this time, there seems to be a new variable to the situation.
And what is that? Is it us? Is it Mem? And is Anaxa. It looks like you've realized it as well. I was right!
I'm afraid that the Council of Elders might want to take advantage of Professor Anaxa. Aglaya will surely take back Circe's core flame.
Yeah.
But with Anaxa's current condition, it's so unique that nobody knows how taking the core flame away from him will affect him. He has always been someone that is only concerned about his own research. I'm certain that he must want to escape from the monitoring of the Golden Thread and protect himself. If the opposition were to offer an olive branch at this time...
Yeah. You suspect that he might betray the Flame Chase journey and defect toward the Council of Elders.
Anaxa has never believed in the prophecy, so technically it cannot be considered a betrayal. However, he has taught many Chrysos heirs, and has long been considered an important ally of Akima. I truly do not wish to see comrades turning on one another.
At this point, I'm afraid it might just happen. I have a better understanding of the full picture now. Is there anything we can do?
As I believe in his character, I plan to plead with Aglaya and try to buy more time for him. Then, the greatest way in which you can help is for you to know what I am fighting for.
And what is? We understand. So thank you for being honest with us. Things are piling up again. Fervent and Mem are tied up with Anaxa's trial. And while I'm preparing to visit the Grove to uncover clues about the world beyond the sky. Let's just take things one step at a time. I just want to rest right now. None of those things seem like they're going to be easy to deal with. Well, it's true. I think it's true.
Allow me to apologize for the fact that we always seem to be troubling you. I hope that Oryx will show more benevolence and be more accommodating. I remember that they seemed quite fond of you back in the Abyss.
That is true. Or the fact that they could see fully through me.
Go and rest and regain your strength. We'll meet at the Vortex in a few days. Oh, right. You can read this scroll if you want to find out more about the Council of Elders and the Citizens' Assembly.
Okay, so a study of the Citizens' Assembly. How long is that going to be? Alright. Democratic politics have always fascinated citizens of different city-states and areas. When Akama was first established, its democracy was limited to a privileged minority. However, through ongoing reforms, the Akaman Citizens Assembly took it to the stage, transforming Akama's governance into a democracy for all, where the Citizens Assembly made every major decision. It's important to note that as the Black Tide draws near and citizens from other city-states join Akama's political life, the precious rights of Akama's original citizens are becoming increasingly diluted. Consequently, voices calling for reforms with the Akaman Citizens Assembly system grew even louder. Democracy is only one of the consequences of civilization's development. Rather than the cause of development for democracy to be productive, it must appoint different rules for different societies, situations, and issues. No single rule can be optimal for all scenarios. In other words, Akama's Citizens Assembly system will continue to evolve as this book is written. Due to time limitations, this publication focuses only on the current Akaman Citizens Assembly, not its future developments. Right? Readers should bear this limitation in mind. Citizens, KKK, before examining discussion, recognition, natural citizens. I'm gonna skip most of these. Operational mechanisms of the. Okay, I think I'm done here. I don't want to read everything to you guys. Jeebus. Okay. So I can actually read it at any time. Okay, so it's time to rest for the night. Yeah.
Nervous.
The trial feels like it's just around the corner. I'm starting to feel nervous. It's not that soon. There are still a few more days until then. Don't worry, everything will be fine. I feel like this is a red herring. I feel like a sitting duck that has been thrown into the deep end.
Nervous, mem.
This is just an exaggerated figure of speech to express how nervous I'm feeling right now. Let's just hope that everything goes well. After all, as someone who has earned the gaze of an Aeon, I have earned 4 gazes of Aeons. Thank you very much. You should be able to overcome the trial of a regional god just fine. We've also unknowingly gotten used to sleeping within the midday sun shining brightly above our heads. Get some rest. Perhaps a new phase of our Trailblazer expedition in Euphorius is about to begin. So let's go ahead and get some rest and wait for the trial. A few days later at the Vortex of Genesis.
Esteemed one, Oryx's vacant totem awaits.
Looks like it's the day of our trial.
If you have already made your preparations to become a pillar of Euphorius, please step forward.
Look at my smirk, my eating grin. I'm very confident. Alright. Oh, okay. So, do we speak with everybody? Can I?
Miss, I'm sorry. I'm not sure what I should say to help calm your nerves. Right. Perhaps something like, as long as you can successfully complete this trial, the rest of the Flame Chase journey will be smooth sailing?
You're such a sweet girl.
No, that sounds a little strange.
No, it ain't.
Don't worry. It won't take up too much of your time. Don't worry. You'll definitely make it back alive?
Yeah, it's better if you don't say anymore. Just give me a hug or give me a thumbs up.
Sorry. It seems like I've made the mood even heavier. In any case, may everything go your way.
Right, so fine on, you gonna say anything?
Accepting a Titan's trial is a very peculiar experience. I'm afraid that I'm not able to accurately describe it. You can only go and experience it for yourself. I believe that you'll be able to pull it off.
Yeah, you're a bit better.
I can still vividly recall when you entered the vortex of Genesis for the first time. At that time, I could never have imagined that a guest from beyond the sky would shoulder the fate of Amphorius. Don't feel burdened. Just like during the trial of strife, Trinan and Finan will be waiting for you outside. If something unforeseen were to occur, they will intervene in the trial and rescue you. May Kefali bless you.
Thank you very much. Alright. I can only speak to one of you. Sorry, I'm trying to... There you
Little
go.
Gray and Mem, thank you. Your resolves cannot be questioned. We praise your pure selflessness and courage. May Kefali light your path forward. Get ready to assume Orynyx's divinity, Trailblazer.
I wonder how that'll be like.
The divine position of Orynyx has already been vacant for some time. We can feel the space of the trial closing. As there isn't much of their soul left, we'll have to complete the ceremony before their soul completely dissipates.
Alright. I've long gotten used to fighting fires. Let's begin.
The eighth core flame coveted by the miracle that once belonged to the great Vale of Evernight, Orynyx. It shall now be returned by the two elected heroes of the Chrysosairs. A traveler who is upright and courageous, and a sacred beast that invokes miracles. Mem.
It's also who for me, not that.
Both of you, please, come forward.
Pardon me.
Recite along with us.
Okay. It's
O majesty of the 12 titans, pillars of the world.
It is unfortunate that the Trailblazer's voice actress is not in there, so sorry.
We seek your divinity to mend the rifts of the world. Fill our bodies with blood of gold, till we wither in willing service to the prophecy.
I don't think I have a gold blood.
These are just words meant to make the prayer seem more solemn. Please, focus.
Right.
And surrender the core flame.
I want it. Okay. Click and hold this to submit the core flame, and yeah. Wow, my eyes. And there we go. And there we go.
Orynyx. Their soul has been waiting for a long time.
Perhaps they're also quietly waiting for the arrival of their successor.
Wait for my return, my friends. I love all of you. I'll say that. That doesn't seem appropriate for the current mood, so let's just leave the farewells for next time.
Don't worry, you're tougher than I am, right?
I mean, did face a lot of things. Let's go. I had to pick that.
Traveler from beyond the sky, let us pray that the Titan acknowledges your worthiness.
Although she loves cracking jokes at inopportune times, her determination is as strong as the Chrysos heirs. She will definitely succeed.
It's gonna happen.
While she's away, I would like to have a chat with you, Aglaya.
Speak. I'm listening.
I think I know what this is gonna be about. Okay.
Slap, slap!
Slap? Slap?
Wake up!
Wait, am I gonna hear your English talk? Aww.
How is it? How do you feel?
You speak in full sentences. Has the trial begun? How are you able to talk?
Right? I think that it's amazing too.
Yay.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
I think I might regret asking that because she is now going to be a talking mascot instead of just one word saying. But it's good that she's going to develop a speech too.
I have such a cute voice.
You do.
It must be because of all the memories that I collected. They allowed me to grow beyond expectations.
And I'll help you change to a human form.
Also, listen. The words of the Titan are becoming clearer.
It's unfortunate that I won't be able to narrate what Mem is saying, but hey, it's good that she has a voice.
Mother,
Oh, okay.
it hurts. Have I finally reached the end? Are the years of isolation coming to an end?
Yeah, she sounds very sad. Damn it, my voice is croaking.
Onyx. Oh, how heartbreaking. Ever since the figure draped in the black cloak robbed them of their core flame, they have been relegated to waiting in isolation in such a confined space. We are going to help alleviate their pain, right?
Hey, we're gonna have to.
Broken. Mother. Where?
Mother? Who are they calling out for?
I think I know who. When I think she was saying memories. I think Anaxa is talking about Fully. I think. Wait, maybe Fully, or me.
It's you. I remember you.
Who am I to you?
Skyfather has gazed upon you. Mother is calling for you.
Does Skyfather refer to Fully? I thought Fully was a woman, but it's the appearances that is mixed. So yeah. The Titan's words are indistinct. Each syllable emerging from the mist seemed to be cloaked in frost, symbolizing memory.
Skyfather has chosen you.
Indeed. Who is your mother? A majestic voice pierces through the golden mist, reaching the unseen mountain walls in the distance, reflecting and returning to your ears as an echo. Within the echo, you seemingly could make out the cry of a baby.
Mother is no longer responding.
We've come to you because of something important.
Something important. An important matter.
Onyx, listen to me. Aren't you tired? Throughout the long years, you have always been protecting the fate of Amphorius. Each time people draw strength from within their memories, Every single ripple falls onto your shoulders. There's no need for you to bear this any longer, Orynyx. From today onwards, someone else will bear time on your behalf. This is why we have come.
Freedom. Freedom. I want freedom.
To be free from the shackles?
Poor child. Everything will be fine. Let us help you. You can have a good rest now.
Leave it to us, Titan. What's troubling you, big fella?
You have potential, strength, willpower, powerful, and tenacious. But you lack something.
What is it?
Just one thing.
Lacking something. What is it?
What you lack is a future.
A future? I don't have a future? That's right, I live in the moment. Yeah, what do you mean I don't have a future?
Future?
That's a good question.
Traveler from the sky. You should have dissipated already.
What on earth do you mean dissipated?
The gaze from the Sky Father stabilized your form
So you're saying that I should have been dead as soon as I arrived on Euphorius?
because from the moment you crossed the sky, your life was cast away.
So we were shot down, yes.
Right now, you are simply a collection of walking memories.
So I'm dead. Is that what you're saying?
What? How is that possible?
It's because I have a star on. Do you mean that I'm already dead? Oh, okay. It's the frost here. Okay, now we learned something significant.
The space is collapsing. Someone must inherit the authority of time.
But who, though?
If the pillar is lost, the laws of time will collapse. Emphorius will succumb to eternal disorder.
You still haven't explained things clearly. What about the trial? Revive me quickly.
Time never compromises, never bears grudges, never forgives, never makes a choice.
It moves forward.
Child of humanity, Titans, Mother, Sky Father, time restrains everything that exists in this world.
Orynyx's divinity is dissipating? Is the trial coming to an end?
Pathstrider of remembrance. My strength. I shall entrust it to you. The fate of the world. If you wish to save it, go and find your future that has been stolen.
So someone took my future time. Okay.
Even if that means you'll have to cheat death.
Yeah, I have the plot armor.
You'll have to challenge that. Hand of shadow, clasped with unyielding fingers.
Ooh. Before the passing of 15 entry hours, go forth and reclaim your future. 15 entry. I have 1 day? This is the true trial of time. Okay, now we've learned something very much important. I believe in the beginning of the whole chapter, like I mentioned, we were shot down by something, assuming it'd be Aquila. We were dead, and somehow my future, or at least my life, half of my life, is stolen. So Fuli, I think when we were walking on the path of remembrance, Fuli gazed on us. I think they did that to preserve us at some point. But it's not going to last long. We may have gained Oronix's authority, but we have a limited time, and when she said that we should be cheating death, and we had to face the Hand of Shadow, I knew it. That little cliffhanger at the end of 3.1 story that we would dissipate. Yeah, that's telling me something, that we're gonna have to deal with Thanatos or the Death Titan at some point. You're finally awake. You're the last person I want you to see me in my conscious body. I'll keep it simple. You succeeded. Oronix has entrusted you with their divinity. Now you're no different from a demigod of Euphorius, however. Mem has told me about what happened during the trial. They are still explaining things to the others and told me to bring you back to your room to rest first. The Titan must be joking, right? Don't sigh, Dahong. So, what's my superpower? For you to be able to say that even now, you're truly impressive. I gotta crack a joke once in a while, despite me having a 15-hour time limit. I gotta keep a strong attitude. There's something that I've never told you. When we landed on Euphorius, our car was pierced by Nicodor's lance. Oh my, I thought it was Aquila. It was a spear. So yeah, it was Nicodor. Do you remember? Back in the ruins of the Abyss, this is what I said. You passed out when our car got hit. I blacked out too. Not before dragging you out. It's a good thing we were in the car, or we would have been crushed into pieces. Actually, my account kind of made light of the situation. What actually happened was much more complicated. We died. You were severely injured back then, with several wounds still bleeding profusely. I struggled to carry you out and used the last of my strength to stem the bleeding. But then, I was also hit by a falling rock and lost my consciousness. The last time I checked, you still weren't breathing. But when I regained consciousness, I saw that you were alive and full of energy. So I never brought this up again. So how exactly did I come back to life? Haha, so you were knocked unconscious by a rock. I'm not sure whether the gaze of Fuli was anything to do with this matter, but according to the Titan, you are living in the form of a memory right now, just like those objects of the past in the miracles of Oronix. Perhaps Mem is the anchor rope that ties you to the present. I had assumed that they couldn't stray too far from you, but the truth might be the exact opposite. So, what should we do next? Stella, want to do something? Yeah. It's not time for us to despair yet. There must be a way to save you. Oronix mentioned finding your stolen future and cheating death. Considering Mighty's indestructible body, it seems to suggest that there is some kind of miraculous power in Euphorius that can even reverse death. The key seems to lie with the Hand of Shadow, whose whereabouts are unknown.
Hey, are you alright?
Oh, and you are speaking in English now. Good job.
I heard you two talking about Thanatos. Cass is also very concerned about the warning. She has left the vortex and returned to the garden. Shall we go and look for her? Thanatos is the Titan that Cass has always been looking for. Regardless of whether there are any clues, there's probably no one else that understands death better than her.
Let's do that then.
Oh, right. There's something that I have to tell you. The Chrysosairs already know everything that has happened to you.
Yes?
I was too worried, so I told them everything.
Oh god.
Please don't hate me, okay?
I honestly think it's better to tell them everything than beating around the bush, because I am one of those people that I do not like beating around the bush. I don't.
More and more.
Miss, I'm right here.
Why are you always behind me? You hear soft steps coming closer, one step at a time.
Please stay there and slowly turn around.
Okay. For some reason, you feel you have seen this scene before. You want to turn your head, but you glimpse a dash of purple brushing past your face. Then, a chill seeps through your skin, spreading into your veins. Your heartbeat begins to slow. At this moment, I just want to close my eyes, remembering the near-death experience. Gotta stay on guard. Spin around immediately and give Castorus a scare. Aside from your vision, your senses grow more acute. You feel the presence of a purple sea. And then...
Please pardon me.
A subtle fragrance of an unnamed flower fills your senses, its sweetness making you forget the need to breathe. Why must she be so absolutely cute? Gorgeous. You realize you are still alive. No, to be more precise, your death was not thorough. The coldness of the initial touch dispersed as quickly as it came, and replacing it is the touch of fingertips, and a tremble born from trepidation that originated from a certain lanky arm. Her quivering finger gently brushed against your cheek, causing a faint tickle.
Just as I expected. I cannot feel anything.
Castorus? You're shaking. Am I really dead? You're invading my personal space.
Back at the Grove, I was puzzled as to why you were not affected by my curse. I thought that it might have been the special ability of a traveler from beyond the sky. Never did I expect that this would be the true reason.
It kind of makes sense now. I am technically dead, but I am probably just in a fixed I don't know how to say it. A stasis of being in the moment and not in the future of being dead. I don't know.
I'm sorry. I should have noticed that something was amiss earlier. Miss, if my abrupt behavior just now offended you, I hope that you can forgive me. I'm just thinking, if your soul has really left your body, as a mortician, I might be able to trace where it has gone to.
Cass, did you find anything?
My apologies. Not as of yet. Perhaps I have overestimated my capabilities. But, Miss, would you be willing to let me try again? This time, I'll increase the area of contact slightly. Perhaps the result might be different this time.
So, I think I'll pass, but... do you want to try holding hands? Let's say agree. There's no harm in trying again. I mean, we weren't affected the second time, so third time's charm.
I have never touched the living in this way before. If my actions are in any way disrespectful, I hope that you can forgive me.
Maybe a hug or at least a handhold. Please, it might be better. There it is again. Castorus once again places her palm on your face. Her quick shivers calm somewhat this time. I think she's taking this chance to touch someone not affected by her death touch. And I think she's taking advantage of this so that she can savor this. But it's understandable. Did you discover something? You scared me.
I seem to have caught a glimpse of something. Your soul is currently roaming someplace and cannot find a way to escape. But perhaps it might not be a bad thing. If your soul is still wandering around, it means that we still have time. We have a chance to find it before the fingers of Thanatos sweep everything away. Clues. Just a few more. I need more guidance. The connection has been severed. With my strength, I'm not able to trace it. It was me. I was a little too hasty. Don't worry, miss. Although we currently have no leads, I will do my best to search for the whereabouts of Thanatos, bring back their core flame, and personally return to you the life that you have lost too soon. I know that I'm lacking in confidence, but I hope that you can keep this promise of mine in mind. Before I manage to deliver on this promise, please do your best to hang on. Amphorius needs you.
Live on briefly. I understand. I'll do my best.
Lady Aglaya and Lord Finon are currently discussing some matters in the paths. They're worried about you too. If possible, please go there and let them know that you're well. Although, I don't actually know whether your current situation can be described as well. Also, please accept this Styxian fable. Reading can help one to focus and relax. I hope that reading this can help tide you through this difficult period.
I'll check this out. When the dragon's wings first swept across Styxia, like waves crashing against the rocks, all from the poor to the rich. Hiccups. From the curious to the fearful, looked up in awe. Dragon, dragon, why are you so silent and sorrowful? The princess climbed to the high tower where the dragon made its nest, gently stroking its forehead with pity. Let's see if there's any more. Hi, I'm here. I woken up from my...
They're here.
Yes, we are.
That partner! Hyacinth said you definitely wake up. How do you feel?
So the entire world knows about this now. She can even take the pulse of someone who's dead. Or it feels quite cool being a departed spirit. Should I joke about this or do I just say this?
Well, at least you look no different from the living. I think that most living people don't even look as good as you do.
I think you don't know how to take a joke.
You've completed the trial of time. And I have to admit that the process went better than I expected. Even in the end, that Titan's heart still showed a soft spot for humankind. However, I never expected that. Two people who have cheated death would appear in Akima at the same time.
Is one of them Anaxa?
That's what we have been talking about. Mighty has been in Akima for such a long time, but has no one thought to study his indestructible body?
Hey, boy.
If there were even any minor breakthroughs, we wouldn't be as clueless as we are right now.
I mean, I thought it'd be Anaxa, but Mighty makes sense.
Many have had this idea, but so far, there have been no results. If it were successful, Thanatos wouldn't have disappeared without a trace. Nevertheless, now is not the time for us to give up. At the very least, we can still see a glimmer of hope. Cypher. If anyone in this world knows the whereabouts of death, it would be her.
Okay, so Cypher was mentioned in the last quest, I think. In the first one? 3.0, I believe? Let's call it Euphorius Chapter 1. We've already done Euphorius Chapter 2, and we're now in Chapter 3. So, yeah, not sure. Cypher's the Crisis heir that has not joined on their journey because she's trying to hide from this.
I'll try and get her to return to Akima, but do be prepared for a less than ideal outcome. Please understand that throughout the history of Amphorius, no one has ever managed to escape the clutches of death. At the end of time, Thanatos silently awaits all.
Thank you for the help, but is this supposed to be comforting?
Don't take it to heart, partner. After all, you've already created countless miracles along the way.
But before that, just...
What's wrong, Aglaya?
Omens always come in pairs. A tiny air current will eventually brew into a storm that tears the sky apart. It's Anaxagoras. He has initiated contact with the Council of Elders.
And there it is. We are now in the first step of a rebellion, or a coup d'etat. What a bastard.
In the end, it has still come down to this.
You should have just knocked his ass out and extracted it forcefully, but yeah.
I earnestly hope that your assessment of him is accurate, Finan. Otherwise, the efforts of my teacher and I of the past millennium might be reduced to dust because of that great performer.
So not long ago. Okay, so where is this supposed to be? Like, are we in the far fields of death?
I'm back here again. I remember this dream. This realm is covered in a silk-like fog, and the land is barren and harsh. The crowd of travelers leaves tracks everywhere.
Hey! Excuse me! What is this place? Where in Amphorius are we?
The mutters of the traveler are in a language I'm unable to comprehend. Or perhaps they're just distracted and ignored my question.
Tell me, which Titan reigns over this land? And how do I find them?
Hand of Shadow. Hand of Shadow Thanatos. Could this possibly be the Netherrealm? Not Netherrealm.
Then where is this? River of Souls? The outskirts of the Netherrealm? Are you heading downstream toward the Netherrealm?
The Netherrealm. Nothing but an illusion. Titan rejects you. Me. Listen.
What? The traveler lifts their wrinkled fingers and remains silent. I look in the direction they are pointing and listen closely. There. A massive shadow brought the sound of rushing tides. The sound of tides. I can hear it. I hear it, deep within the tides. Beyond the closed gates of the void world. A voice, about to recount something.
Child of humanity, is it death's embrace you yearn for with such urgency? Oh, you have awoken. Welcome back to the mortal realm. Your consciousness is dissipating much faster than I expected. Ultimately, it seems like the Titan's core flame is incompatible with a mortal body.
How much longer can my consciousness remain in the mortal realm?
In my estimation, at best, you'll see 15 more entry hours.
How odd, I have 15 hours to do this as well.
15 days and nights.
What is it? Are you finally starting to become attached to the mortal world now?
On the contrary, 15 days feels a little too long for solving a singular problem. Stop giggling. It's time for us to go. The messenger from the Council of Elders is almost here.
Let me ask you one more question. Are you really planning to betray Aglaya's will?
What betrayal is there to speak of when I was never loyal to her to begin with?
What about that white-haired student of yours? Acting so recklessly, do you not care about what might happen to him?
There will be a price to pay for blind faith. This is also a lesson for Finan.
You truly are a strict teacher.
Of course. This is how I've always been.
Alright, okay, so I had to do a quick change real quickie. Okay, so let me take a look at this. So, you can shoot a gun, that's cool enough for me. Alright, So he is acting on his own volition here and there and there. Right. Alright, so I can't have access to the transportation system, so I have to walk all the way there. Unfortunate. Alright, so looks like he's
Sorry to keep you waiting, Lord Anaxagoras.
Whoa! What are you?
It's been a while, Lord Anaxagoras.
Look at this thing. We have an automaton as well. That's gotta be from a different type of region here, or a different type of city here.
I greet you on behalf of all the citizens of Akima, and express my deepest regret about what happened at the Grove of Epiphany.
It's you. I never expected that you would personally come and meet me.
By carefully into Lantern above, I have come as a testament to the justice of the Council of Elders.
There are Antikytherans here? They have been a rare sight ever since the Chrysos War.
Antikytherans. Where are they though?
I extend to you my utmost respect, revered Titan. I am Lycurgus, though you may call me Lygus, holding an honorary position within the Council of Elders in Akima, and as the Theoros, I stand to protect the right of all upright citizens to express themselves freely.
You can see them too?
You know about us. We Antikytherans perceive the world through the amplitude and frequency of souls. Just as I am conscious that Lady Aglaya is secretly listening in on our private meeting from afar. If necessary, Lord Anaxagoras, I can sever the golden thread to protect your fundamental rights.
The demigod should know better, for such is her station. Spare those poor threads, and just let her listen to my words. They shall serve only to unveil her own folly.
May I interpret this as you having a countermeasure?
I need not any plan, because she can do nothing other than petty espionage. As the Citizens' Assembly approaches, and with Orynyx's fall, any attempt to capture the core flame within me will only usher chaos and calamity. A truth she undoubtedly comprehends. While I, Anaxagoras, serving as the Grove's special envoy to Akima's Citizens' Assembly, have long known the extent of your abilities. Let's forego the formality of asserting authority, Lord Lygus. Lead the way.
Very well. Surely Lady Kindness would appreciate such assertiveness in an ally. She's been waiting. Follow me, please.
I don't like that old hag. But yeah.
Is there something on your mind, Lord Anaxagoras?
Nothing, really. It's just a question that I contemplate every time before I ascend to Dawncloud. For the Titans, does the falling equate to death?
Ah, a pondering truly deep. Time is on our side. Do you mind sharing your reflections with me?
While all living beings must ultimately face their demise, Kefali has yet to meet theirs. Their journey continues unhurriedly along this long path.
Are you suggesting that Kefali may not have truly passed?
Yes. For dying implies an ongoing process, an action, whereas death signifies a static state, a definitive termination. In contrast to mortals, Titans exist on a grander scale of space and time, thus elongating their passage into death. The notion of their fall is but a misinterpretation born of mortal ignorance.
Ah, An intriguing concept, albeit challenging to substantiate. After all, Kefali has maintained a profound silence ever since the era Arasa, while scholars and priests alike have conveyed the message of the gods' imminent fall.
Perhaps the gods, in their arrogance, deemed it beneath them to reveal their perspectives to mortals.
Could you elaborate on your statement?
Circes, the kin of the Skyfather as recounted in myths, now resides within my brain. Were I to inquire, Kefali would have no cause to refuse.
Oh.
That very well could be true. But what if the world-bearing Titan still chooses to remain silent?
In that case, the myths crafted by the people of Amphorius are nothing more than pitiful jests.
It's worth a try. I believe, and I'd love to witness the fruits of your theory and the change it may bring to this imperiled world. Because I completely concur with you on this aspect. If the Titan has indeed met their end, any response from them would be impossible.
Uh-huh. I guess we're gonna see what the Dawn Club... What? What? What?
Please, Professor.
So I'm guessing Kefali's about to give him a hand.
The children of humanity have indeed created a spectacle.
Definitely, but it looks like we're in a new location here, and I think it's probably near Kefali. That one mountain with that little light in the sky right there.
Welcome to Dawn Cloud. The atmosphere here carries a greater sense of solemnity than the mundane clamor of the Marmorial Palace, with entry permitted only to the invited. Only esteemed beings grace this place, and among them I've received priests, scholars, warriors, and now we even have the honor to be in the presence of a Titan. Oh, what a joyous occasion.
Once deemed a blasphemer, now a surrogate for revered divinity. The honor should rightfully be mine, shouldn't it?
I'll notify Kindness and the others of your arrival. Kindly wait for a moment. A soldier will be here to guide you shortly. In the meanwhile, you're welcome to explore the vicinity, but kindly remain within the guard's view. Delaying the crucial meeting is something none of us wish to see, I presume.
I'm well aware of Kindness's methods. There's no need to emphasize that.
As you wish. Your cooperation is much appreciated.
Alas, I had hoped for a brilliant plan from you, but it turns out you just left one cage to enter another.
Save your concerns. I know very well what I'm doing.
I have no idea what the hell you're planning, man.
I shall depart to explore the surroundings then. Now that I look around, I wonder if there are any murals bearing my portrait around here. I'm quite intrigued to see how the children of humanity beyond the Grove perceive another Titan.
Off you go. I won't be joining you. This Titan appears to be quite at ease. I should investigate the Council of Elders' recent activities first.
I wouldn't call it this one betrayal, but I think he has another plan, maybe? But, I don't know. Yeah. His reasons, I guess.
Be aware. I can hear you perfectly well from here.
Alright, let's take a look around here and there. So, we got... Let's walk around. let's see. We only got 2 places to look at here. Nope, not really. This is ridiculously huge, I would believe. And no one seems to be concerned that I'm shooting up at the place.
Professor Anaxa!
Young scribe.
Over here!
In a second. Oh, I wonder who this is. A young scribe.
Professor Anaxa? Word has it that the scholars of the Grove valiantly perished resisting the Black Tide. To find you here safe and sound, thank the Fates.
You could say it's the Fates toying with us.
It's only the Krymnoans and Idonians who chase glory through death. But your survival is a victory in itself. I'd settle for that gladly. So, are you here to report the incident to the Council? I heard that after the Black Tide devoured the Grove, Akuma would be next in line. Even with the demigod of strife standing alongside humankind.
Tell me, how much does the Council of Elders know about the Black Tide?
Once Kindness and her followers learned of Circe's and Orynyx's fall, they proclaimed in the council that the Flame Chasers could no longer stand against the calamity alone. Yet, when the Crown Prince ascended to godhood and repelled the Black Tide, she immediately altered her tune, declaring that all was resolved beyond Akuma, with the only remaining menace now being Aglaya and her adherents. They might well make their move at the upcoming Citizens' Assembly.
Yeah, they're making some lies. Black Tide's still going on, though. They're just being held back for a moment. Who knows?
No surprises there, those shifty opportunists. Thank you for your honesty, virtuous student.
Being an opportunist could very well be a facet of wisdom.
Shouldn't you be searching for murals of yourself? I've had enough of your prattling.
I was really curious to see how you would find the middle ground between both factions. So I came to listen in. But it seems as though this Kindness is much more ruthless than Aglaya. If so, why do you want to work with her? Could it be that perhaps you've decided to readily surrender this hollow shell of yours? Just because you feel like death is fast approaching?
I'm afraid you'll be sorely disappointed if that's what you truly think.
Alright, so let's see what else is here other than that thing in there and there. Alright, there's nothing else to find here. I'm afraid to open this just because I think that's that trickster imp thing might pop out. I'll have to do this at another time. Till then, who's gonna call out to me?
Even blasphemous scholars can come here, it seems.
Looks like my presence here is quite unwelcome.
So on one side we have someone who welcomes me and one who does not welcome me.
Anaxagoras, I thought that you had died to the Black Tide, just like the other scholars.
As Kephale's priest, are you not aware of the decorum of respecting the dead?
Surely you jest. You blasphemous heretics are not worthy of respect from the Supreme Being.
There we go, with the fanatics.
Let me remind you that you're currently in Dawn Cloud, so you'd better keep your deranged language to yourself. I am no longer that altar servant from years ago, who could only acquiesce to the commands of others. Now, I have plenty of ways to deal with people like you.
I'm sure you do.
I'm not sure whether I should laugh or cry right now. I can't believe that a follower such as you could have been made by a creation titan. As I see it, a dead titan can't provide you with this level of confidence, right? Then who is it exactly? Could it be Kindness?
You. Seeing how fond of you Elder Kindness is, I shall let that slide for now. Leave immediately, and don't impede us from receiving the Supreme Being's blessings.
Seeing as we were able to hear of this matter from the mouths of others, it seems that Kindness is indeed quite sincere toward us. Perhaps this affair will proceed smoother than I had anticipated.
Oh my. what a thrilling confrontation. As expected of one of Kefali's followers.
Are you praising or insulting him?
Praising him, of course. As a believer of the god of deliverance, it is only natural that he detests evil.
Didn't you hear me? I asked you to leave. Go as far away from here as possible. Don't mutter to yourself like some sort of madman and disturb my meditation.
I've had enough of this. Could the 15th entry hour arrive any faster?
Alright, so let's do Cersei's evaluations of the murals. Alright.
Oh, my. Could it be that the great tree painted in this mural is actually depicting me?
Maybe.
Every plant, every tendril, no, even every leaf could be the embodiment of Cersei's.
As a result, mere mortals who did not know what the Titan actually looked like chose to paint them as a giant tree instead. Their wisdom was portrayed as fruit, to symbolize how they shared their knowledge equally among the masses. Such exquisiteness indeed.
This mural is quite abstract.
I really can't tell whether you are praising or demeaning yourself. Now I'm quite curious whether the Reason Titan has studied figures of speech before.
Of course I find such stylistic devices interesting. For all we know, this could be the answer to the question, what exactly are we?
I, for one, am not willing to admit that I could look this ugly.
Was this the reason why you failed in your attempt to refine my soul when you were ambushed at the Grove?
Since you are aware of this, why did you save me back then?
From my perspective, this point alone was enough to separate you from the average person.
How do two lunatics coexist in the same brain?
That's awfully weird.
Therefore, it seems that your journey to Dawncloud this time is not just to seek protection. What, then, is the intention behind your actions?
The entire plan is stored in my memory. So why don't you look there?
Then don't mind if I do. 1 year old? 2 years old? Oh my! Even a member of the preeminent Seven Sages must hug his Droma stall to sleep? How interesting.
Wow, finding the embarrassing things, huh?
That's enough.
How unusual. Your soul is actually trembling. This must mean that behind this toy hides a secret that nobody knows, right?
Since our days are both numbered, I don't mind telling you more about it. This is a present that my sister gave to me. It's a doll that was made to look like our family pet.
So there are other members in your family, eh? Are they also living in Alchemy?
I'm gonna assume no.
Don't you just love to pick through my brain? Go on, continue flipping through my memories. It won't take long. You'll discover the answer when you reach the memories of when I was 5.
Oh, the black tide is everywhere. I can't bear to look.
Yeah.
When I was young, I couldn't accept this outcome either. Georios, Aquila, Kefali, and you, of course. Although I prayed to every titan that I could think of for help, my efforts were ultimately futile.
Which led him to become the man he is.
This... Could this be the inception of your research into alchemy?
Indeed it was. Everything started from that verdant courtyard of yours. When I was pursuing my education there, I naturally also came to learn of Thelesis' theory as well.
Oh, I remember that person. He was the one to come up with the concept of souls, right?
Not only that, he also believed that life, as well as the composition, movement, and transformation of matter, all stem from souls themselves. This is why I thought that, since all living things stemmed from the same origin, why could I not sacrifice myself in order to resurrect my nearest and dearest?
Anaxa, you...
Is he talking about resurrecting the dead?
I did it, teacher. But this is absolute blasphemy. Regardless of how much freedom the Grove provides, such an act could cause you to be burned at the pyre.
What is he talking about here? All I'm seeing is stars, constellations, and all that stuff.
Your beloved, where is she now? Send her away from the Grove at once, to a place where nobody will ever be able to find her. Otherwise, the both of us will be judged by the Council of the Seven Sages.
Calm down, teacher. My sister, she's still not in the mortal realm. Even to this day.
What do you mean?
It was naive of me to think that I could snatch the deceased from Thanatos' grip by merely sacrificing one eye.
Ah, so that's why he has an eye patch.
Equivalent exchange. All I received for that price was but an opportunity to see her for one final time. Nothing more.
Let it go, Anaxa. As one of my best students, I cannot watch you go down the wrong path without doing anything to stop it. Never do something taboo ever again. Don't disappoint the deceased, and never harm yourself. If you can do that, this classroom will still be yours, and you'll have a chance to live out your own life.
Since I was able to see her one last time, I have no other desires. You're right, teacher. It's time for me to start a new life.
I am sincerely glad for you, child. Now then, what topic would you like to study?
I wish to continue Thalesis' research.
Continue the research into souls, but you know that the Grove has long since understood his philosophy like the back of their hands. Even if you continue digging into this subject, your efforts will likely be futile.
No, teacher. After my fleeting glimpse of the deathly fog, I finally understood a single truth. Since ancient days, our understanding of the souls is but the tip of the iceberg. I may have lost an eye, but my view of the world has become clearer than ever. I have grasped the truth with my bare hands. Watch as I turn this farcical world upside down.
Who would have thought such a secret lay concealed beneath that hefty eye patch of yours? However, this story doesn't seem to be connected to your plan. In fact, I'd say that they aren't related at all.
The answer lies within the tale. If even you cannot understand it, perhaps you should relinquish the divinity of reason to me. After all, it'd be a waste for you to hold on to it. My story ends here. Now it's time for you to tell me your secret. After all, this is what equivalent exchange means, correct?
As expected, you laid a trap for me to step into, unfortunately. Even if I was willing to talk about my past, I may not know more about it than you do.
Oh? Are you saying that the renowned Reason Titan is now admitting a lack of wisdom? Your followers are going to be sorely disappointed by this.
Child of humanity, remember this. Being cognizant of one's ignorance is the greatest wisdom of all.
Now I understand. No wonder you asked me to answer your random, nonsensical questions.
Not only that, you're the only one who can shed light on my query. As the saying goes, onlookers see most clearly.
Is that so?
Lord Anaxa.
Must be the messenger.
I saw you muttering to yourself and was wondering whether you were caught in a delirium of reflective thought. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but time is of the essence. I have a message from Lord Lygus. Lady Kindness has met up with the Council of Elders and is awaiting your arrival, so please depart forthwith.
It's finally time.
Okay.
Carefully. The one who created the world, and the one who bears the world.
More like burying the sun.
If you truly have not met your end, how will you answer the challenges of those who defy you?
I didn't expect you to agree to Lady Kindness's invitation. What a wonderful turn of events. To tell you the truth, there are many people who hold grudges against that Lady Goldweaver.
Well, I'm gonna take a break for a bit and be right back. Let's go ahead and continue on with our walk. Sorry about that, I took long. I was eating dinner. So it's literally all the way over there?
Dromas draped in finery.
Avoid his gaze. I don't acquaint myself with blasphemers.
Wow, I'm already handing these people already.
Don't worry. He's too full of pride to pay us any attention.
Except I can
Your
pay attention.
nickname is Dromas as well? You must really like those creatures.
She ain't wrong. He's embarrassed at this. Alright, let me read this. So the Great Lake. Here the world-bearing Skyfather spilled their golden blood into the mortal lake. The golden blood flows down with spring waters as dawn rises with the mists. No words ever break the solemn silence, and the volcano's heart beats no more. So it's called the Great Lake cradled by a volcano. Right. Well, I guess we better go through this. Why is it always taking so long when loading things here? I get that this is ridiculously open, almost massive build here. Makes sense that it's going to make my game lag a bit.
A student of Empedocles? I hear that his views run counter to the Venerationists.
This is what being a scholar is about. A collision of ideas only occurs when there are differences in beliefs, and it is such collisions that lead to progress.
Yet, in my view, there are only right and wrong perspectives, neither of which can coexist with the other.
What radical thinking. I guess this is why the children of humanity always squabble with each other.
How boring.
You seem to be avoiding that Goldweaver person. Why don't you address her face to face?
I have nothing to talk about with her. Since you're in my brain, you can look for the reason yourself.
I'm waiting for the dialogue.
Oh, the leader of the Flame Chase journey and a demigod of Nestia.
You're really searching through my brain. What are you treating it as? Some sort of toy?
Regardless, you think quite highly of her, no?
Oh?
That's because I'm a teacher who grades everyone fairly.
Sure. 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 No need to pry.
Lord Lygus and Lady Kindness are just ahead. I'll take my leave for now.
Yeah. Whatever. I guess I would have to travel here as well as myself. But let's go ahead and meet up with them. I wonder what schemes they're
Welcome
whispering.
to the Demigod Council, esteemed guests.
I wouldn't call it a demigod council per se, they're just old.
Lord Anaxagoras, oh, I've heard so much about you. Head of the Nusporists of the Grove of Epiphany, notorious blasphemer, a Chrysos heir who bears Circe's core flame, a survivor of the Grove calamity.
Now how would you know all that?
Did I miss anything? Well, if so, please be so kind as to enlighten me.
Since Lady Kindness is already well acquainted with me, I won't waste any effort introducing myself again. But then again, Perhaps the customs are different here. Back in my hometown, there is a form of etiquette known as honoring guests. The host will welcome their guest with warm hospitality by treating them to fine wine and a cozy bed. And yet, ever since I arrived, I have not been welcomed with warm courtesy or ceremonial gifts. Instead, I am met with intense scrutiny. Even more absurd, the host has sharpened their blade and instructed their servants to lie in wait in the shadows. Perhaps you intend to cut open my heart, retrieve the core flame, and then hold a grand feast for all of the guests.
Everyone, stand down.
Thank you for understanding. I am but a feeble scholar who is not used to the stench of avarice and blood.
No need to be humble, my lord. From my perspective, your courage and gumption are worthy of the reputation of the Seven Sages. Your bravery is more than adequate to accomplish our perilous endeavor.
So, you wish to start a war?
A rebellion.
Well, since the Chrysos heirs are calling for war, we will respond in kind. Conflict is inevitable. Since Aglaya endeavors to suppress the virtuous commoners with blood of gold, we will not hesitate to display the rights and mettle the citizens of Akama are so entitled to. As to your question of whether peace is still a viable option, well, to that I can only say this. Everything hinges on the next citizens' assembly and whether they have a sudden epiphany amid the clamor of the masses. And since you, as a Chrysos heir, accepted our invitation, you have indeed given us a glimmer of hope.
What brazen arrogance. What you're saying right now is worlds apart from what you were saying before you retired your cleaners.
I don't deny it. After all, they're responsible for cleaning up any threats, and just a moment ago, you were on the side of the Chrysos heirs. But now that you're an ally of ours, we can continue talking somewhere else. As you know, these walls have ears. I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to discuss a treatise about the Venerationists with your teacher, Empedocles. Yet, it seems you subscribe to the Nusporists instead, Lord Anaxa. I've heard that this school of thought is one with many detractors.
It's normal for ideas to have supporters and dissenters, just like how there are two types of people in this world: geniuses and dimwits.
Alright. That it? Sounds like you and Dr. Rachel would have be best friends. That's what I was thinking. Also, this giant freaking cube. Is that supposed to be like Kefli's core flame hidden in there? It is.
Welcome back to the hub of the Demigod Council, Lord Anaxagoras. Surely you remember that countless eloquent orators have stood in this spot before and emerged victorious by stoking public sentiment with their words. And yet there have also been innumerable blasphemous philosophers who set themselves up for failure because they refused to defend their actions. This tiny stage is the most profound embodiment of Akama in centuries. In 15 days, this site shall also become the most important, as well as the final turning point in Akama's history. May the both of us carry out our duties with honor and lead the masses back toward the Erechrysia, a golden age with no death, strife, or trickery.
Oh my, 15 days and nights. That aligns perfectly with the date of your demise. Could such a coincidence truly exist?
Using death to prove myself fits my intentions perfectly.
What strong conviction you have. As expected of the hero who dared to stand up to the Gold Weaver.
As expected, she misunderstands you.
That's enough, Lady Kindness. Dispense with the niceties. I only accepted your invitation so that I can serve the commoners alongside the members of the Council of Elders. Don't test my patience with such superfluous formalities.
Well, you say that now, but surely you also require my aid as well, so that you can stay alive even when being pursued by the Golden Thread?
You worry too much. She won't show her hand too freely, as she still needs to garner support from the masses at the Citizens' Assembly.
Even someone like me can tell that only a sliver of her humanity remains. Surely you're not asserting that she will definitely act in a rational manner.
As you're no doubt aware, Aglaya covets the core flame that I possess, which makes it the bargaining chip that allows me and the rest of you to negotiate with her. However, in return, I'll need the Council of Elders to support me as much as possible. Naturally, this includes the guards as well. You're well aware how valuable Cersei's core flame will be in the era Chrysia that you are desperately pursuing. Talk is cheap, so you'd better act prudently as well.
I understand. After all, this battle of wits is just a means for each party to acquire what they need. As long as your request is reasonable, the Council of Elders never shortchanges its allies. Since we're both intent on mutual cooperation, let's not mince words and just speak plainly to each other. Let us decide how much we can secure for ourselves and how much we're willing to sacrifice, like true philosophers, with our words and wisdom.
Let's begin then.
Continuing from the earlier topic, let us discuss our common enemy. Aglaya. She is the second most experienced Chrysos heir across the whole of Akama, who has gradually lost her humanity to the ravages of time and the ablation of the core flame. A formidable opponent indeed. Admittedly, there is ample reason for her to take your life. Yet your previous reasoning is quite sound. As a seasoned political animal, it's unclear whether she will actually cross that irreversible boundary. Moreover, she still needs you alive so that the Titan's trial can be completed. Is there anyone present who can swear by the sacred vow of Kefali and guarantee that you weren't in league with that woman before coming here? Are you just trying to pull the wool over our eyes and aid her in her savagery?
Huh? She is prepared to execute me. She just needs vassals who will do her bidding without question. Choices you've given me to... I don't know which is which. I think, after a long thought, I think she just needs vassals who will do her bidding without question. I'm theorizing that I need to make some answers that are favorable to her, maybe. Simply saying prepared to execute me is not going to convince her otherwise.
If Aglaya required a suitably intelligent Chrysos heir, then I'm the best fit for her needs. However, it's quite evident that she has no need for a Chrysos heir who could break free of her control at any time. Since I believe in neither Titans nor the prophecy, there's no way that I would willingly walk on the path that she extols. Given how rigorously she enforces her principles, how would she ever accept a heretic such as me?
I understand what you mean. At the very least, the both of us agree that this tyrant who wallows in extravagance and greed is the greatest threat to achieving peace in Akama. The Council of Elders is willing to defend your right to live, just as we defend every oppressed citizen. However, I regret to say that sentiments in favor of the Chrysos heirs and Aglaya are only growing in magnitude. The peace that we are aspiring toward, as well as everything that we hold dear, will be destroyed completely. The city will be burned to ashes, and the citizens' blood will be shed. Tell me, what are you willing to do for our esteemed citizens so that they can vanquish the enemies of our fine city?
Garnering my support is equivalent to garnering the support of the entire Grove. I will be the one to shatter Aglaya's self-righteousness. Alright, just pausing for a bit. I think I'm going to be prideful. Maybe I'll choose two.
Aglaya's authoritarianism, conceit, and arrogance have granted her unfettered control for the most part. Yet these traits are also her greatest weakness. If I can render her helpless by forcing her to experience the agonizing pain of betrayal, I am certain she will never recover from such a setback.
Surely you don't believe that such a tiny betrayal will be enough to push her to her wit's end?
Probably not.
What's more, there are many who remain silent, merely watching to see how much chaos I can unleash. Not to mention, you know full well that the Chrysos heirs have never been a united front.
In the name of Kefali, Akama thanks you for your sincere and valuable thoughts. At this stage, it's clear that you and I understand the benefits to be won from this discussion. Let me put it plainly. The Council of Elders has always been renowned for its fairness, and that fairness is built on a foundation of sincerity. The Council of Elders has vowed to all citizens of Akaba that it will always remain loyal to them. As for you, my lord, how will you guarantee that you will be able to live up to such earnestness and will not betray Akama's indomitable citizens when the opportunity presents itself? Just as you now betray Aglaya when it suits you.
How absurd. My loyalty is unquestionable.
Surely you jest. My loyalty does not need to be proven. The fact that the Council of Elders is asking for proof of my loyalty is itself akin to a form of betrayal.
I am incredibly honored to have witnessed the both of you bury the hatchet in a civilized manner. However, I am afraid that I must interrupt for a brief moment. As the Theoros, I have observed the following. Lady Aglaya, the Gold Weaver, is currently on her way to Dawncloud.
Oh. Well, I do believe that we might have a slight overabundance of guests today.
Feeling dissatisfied, Lady Kindness? Despite the Council of Elders' lofty residence on Dawncloud, it must still tolerate the whims of the Chrysos heirs.
So you were holding back just now. Seems like you are better at playing this game than I. In any case, I'm glad that she's arriving here. So tell me, Anaxagoras, now that you're an ally of mine, if Aglaya were to demand that I hand you over, what should I do?
You can do as she says. Tell her that the Council of Elders merely wished to chat with me and had no intention of offending her. However, by doing so, the authority of the Council of Elders will be as thin as papyrus that has been soaked in blood. Not only can it be destroyed at the slightest touch, but the Council will also lose possession of a valuable core flame. No, more like 2 core flames. After all, at the next Citizens' Assembly, that young lady who is synonymous with death will also be standing on our side.
How so?
Oh? How can you be sure of that?
Is that of importance to you? All you need to know is that I have a plan. In my opinion, you should be more worried about the impending threat. If Aglaya can seize me in full view of the masses today, she could also dismiss the entire Council of Elders in one fell swoop tomorrow. If that happens, the discussion that we've just had will turn into an utter joke instead. Is this the outcome that you wish to see, Lady Kindness?
Fine. I will handle this matter appropriately. But you do best to remember this. Fool the people and karma will be on your tail. I'll overlook it this time, but don't count on there being a next time. Unless, of course, you crave cruel punishment and consider suffering the perfect state to ponder the true nature of souls.
Well, what do you know? That happens to be one of my rare talents.
We shall see, then.
I've got to say that you've managed to really impress me again. But shouldn't you be going after more?
Dying to know what I'm after.
I mean, I'm the reason Titan after all. It is in me to ask and seek answers.
Easy there. You'll learn the answer soon enough. I didn't bring it up with her purely because she doesn't have the means to give me what I truly want. It's as they say, onlookers see most clearly.
And are you talking about Lygus?
The true masters of Dawncloud have always been the Theoros, who watches over everything.
Ah, makes sense. Makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. To me, anyway.
An expected visitor. Welcome once again. You know, you could actually skip all the pointless debate and come straight to me to seek an audience with Kefali. I have no reason to refuse you, do I?
You may not, but kindness has. Whoever gets hold of Kefali's core flame will get to rule over Akama. She's wary of me, so naturally I had to gain her trust. I would say that debate was not at all pointless.
Very true.
In my view, this individual has gone to great lengths to get close to Kefali. He might very well be plotting something nefarious against the Titan. Are you still willing to let him pass, knowing this?
Yes, very much so. All living creations are always free to visit Kefali's transcendent vessel. This comes with being the World-Bearer.
How convenient it is to be able to hear what they say.
It is truly my honor to speak to a venerated Titan in person. Please, go ahead. Let me join you both on this journey. Oh, a bygone myth tells of an occasion where Kefali once answered their followers' questions on the peak of the Holy Mountain. Their followers have since believed that scaling this Titan cliff is one way of being with the god.
Hear that? It's not every day that you get to climb a mountain with Circes. You should sing me a hymn of praise.
Titan hymns are beyond me.
Alright. I just want to see what they were trying to say here. So, Anaxa's true intention was to speak with Kefali, apparently. I wonder what kind of questions he's going to ask. Maybe. Wait, am I supposed to... Yeah. Looks like I'm limited to following him in a certain distance. Man.
Go on ahead. Take this Yanis shortcut, and the long pilgrimage stairway will be waiting for you at its end.
I have to admit, I never expected you to not ask me anything. Not even my motive.
Because I know very well what it is you are after. As the saying goes, a gentleman helps others achieve their goals. I have a feeling that your theory will be validated at the end of this journey. I believe Kefali will not deprive you of your right to ask your question, especially now that you're on the brink of death. You must be closer to Kefali than anyone else. Wouldn't you agree?
I hope things go as you say, then.
Putting a child of justice into a farcical world is bound to turn it upside down. It is my hope that you bring a much-needed change to this world which is on the brink of destruction.
Alright. Before I even started this quest here, I was watching some streams, but I never partake in long streams here because there are theories about certain characters. Because apparently, in the upcoming characters coming in, I know that in the banner list here, I believe Finon will be after Hyacinth or Cypher, may believe. But there are some theories about him as well.
Honestly, this is my first time going up to Dawn Cloud's peak.
What a splendid view. Isn't it about time you recognize the magnificence of us Titans?
Well, I don't see how this place is different from those temples in the city. All they have are magnificent facades. And even though I've come this far, I'm still doubtful about getting useful clues from him.
I must be getting ahead of myself to be expecting to hear something nice from you.
Oh? Haven't you been in my head for some time now? It's high time you get used to how I feel about things. Alright, we're just a short hike away from Kefali. No time to waste here.
Okay.
So the intellectual debate from earlier was too draining for you, huh? If Amphorius gets a new lease on life, you should focus on strengthening your body and stop shirking social interactions.
Save your concern.
The Titan is in sight. Can you make it?
Why? Are you going to carry me up if I were to fall now? I know how far I can go, so just hold your tongue and come along.
Fine then. I guess I won't say any more. I'll just wait till your soul dissipates completely to gain control over your body.
Wait.
What
is that? Cersei's?
Is that... what?
Hey, look at that.
Huh? What should I be looking at?
Am I hallucinating? Or do we even get to see souls when we're close to dying?
So, I'm guessing some phantoms, and I'm hearing whispers. Mostly, I think it's coming from Kefali himself. Okay, so... I see... a phantom of Cersei's.
Why didn't you bring your favorite spear with you on this trip, Nias?
Nias? I know I've heard this name somewhere.
It's the guy that was the reason of Nikador, yes.
Huh. It's unfortunate. The Black Tide destroyed every last inch of my calyx.
How could that be? Even a creation of Georios, from their prized ores and molten fire, couldn't escape the fate of destruction?
Hey, Cersei's. Do you know a certain Nias?
Nias? No, not that I remember. How did you even think up such a strange name?
Ain't that a coincidence?
I just saw him. Nias. A warrior-like figure who was just chatting with you here.
No, I have no such memory. Could you be hallucinating?
Now that's strange. Strange indeed.
This is a departed spirit?
Do I offer greetings to Kefali? Okay. This is a pilgrimage platform dedicated to devout believers, but you and Nexarius would never kneel to false gods. I see other phantoms as well. Yeah, I've seen other spirits as well. Phantoms, indeed. Alright. It's gonna be a long trek, isn't it? Or not. Oh look, there's another phantom of Cersei's and Gnaya's here.
You two again.
Enough about me. Did Kaos ever reply to you?
Well, regrettably.
Seems like the price of becoming a demigod is a lot heftier than we thought.
Huh?
Kaos. Demigod. I've never heard of this person. Which Titan's authority did he inherit?
Look on the bright side, Nias. Since we've come all this way, I doubt he'd snub his old friends, would he?
Let's just hope we mean as much as the world to him.
Hey, are you seeing that same hallucination again?
Yes. It's still you, Anais, but you're now talking about a certain Kaos. I'm guessing he's one of your companions?
Kaos? This name sounds just as strange to me.
So how? Like, we're seeing a reflection of you in Nias. Something must have happened. Is there certain conditions for becoming a demigod? Or more?
Never mind. I think I know what this is about. If things are as I thought, then they aren't hallucinations, but
they're memories.
The souls of people.
The souls of people.
What? But if those are the souls of the dead, then what am I?
Beats me. For all I know, you're just an illusion I conjured up in my dying moments. Let's just keep going. As long as I take in more sights and hear more stories.
Know your limits. Wander too far among the dead, and even I might not be able to save you.
But it's more enticing. Alright.
If this is indeed as I thought, then this will be very amusing.
Okay. If it's starting to lag like that, I'm gonna have to stop my movements here. Oh look, there's another one. Sorry.
So, we meet again.
Yeah, stupid ear.
Can you keep going?
Of course. I'm just... If I knew we had to climb a mountain, I wouldn't have come along with you.
I guess this also counts as one aspect of the world-bearing burden. If Amphorius does have a next life, you may want to get your body in shape.
Keep your sarcasm to yourself.
I'm not getting anything of value from them.
I would sooner throw myself off this cliff and hit rock bottom than exercise even a little.
True words of a nerd and a scholar.
I am Calypso of the eminent Seven Sages, after all. Training would make me no different from those Helcalithist barbarians.
So her real name was Calypso. Huh.
Calypso. She's one of the Seven Sages. A member of the Grove? No, she can't be. I would know her name if she really were one of the Seven Sages. Hey, Circes. Does the name Calypso ring a bell? Circes?
She's not here. What's going on?
Gone. Doesn't matter. I can do this myself.
Okay. We're seeing less people and we're seeing more
I'm nearly
families.
there now. The land of the dead.
Alright. Like I said before, like I was saying before you interrupted me, looks like I'm seeing less people and more phantoms, I believe.
Oh, beautiful old world. Where are you now? Oh, legendary era Chrysia, return to the mortal realm. Splendid gods once walked the paths we walk. Alas, all that's left of that warmth is a hazy mirage.
Why are you chanting that too?
Alright, let's see about Kevlin's Lean. Devoted emissaries, heretical scholars, the lost wanderer, and the desperate outlaw. At the edge of divinity, we look up in awe. In the fleeting moment of terror, the long road behind fades from memory. That's about it. Alright. I guess we'll find out some answers, I truly believe.
We're here. Finally. So, I don't get to ask the Titan my question. But all of you make for a pleasant surprise, nonetheless. Very well then. Let me uncover the truth for myself. Did I still fail to make it in time? Huh? So, I'm back here again.
In wherever this is.
I can hear it. I hear it from the depths of the tides, behind the closed doors of the void world. A voice ready to tell me something. This time, the voice is a lot clearer than before.
What? Okay, memories of the past? Look at this. That's Calypso in the past before she became Cersei's, right? Okay.
Since we've come this far, let's just wait.
Lord Nias and Miss Calypso, are you both here to visit Chaos too?
Isn't that Candace? Candace?
Yes, and we've been waiting for quite some time now.
Regrettably, he hasn't answered us. The worst case scenario is that he's already been overwhelmed and crushed by the world-bearing burden.
You're overthinking, Lord Nias. I can still sense Chaos' soul in the area. And besides, we both know Chaos' nature. A deliverer like him wouldn't fall so readily, much less give up on all that he holds dear. Isn't that so?
Yes. I have faith in him.
That reminds me. Why are you making this trip alone, Polixia?
Polixia? Why is that name familiar?
Oh, my sister needs more time to make sure the flowers are fine.
Such a pity. Both of you have hearts kinder than anyone else. Yet you are born only to take over Thanatos' divinity.
So she... Wait. If that's supposed to be look like a Candace, right? And she is supposed to take over Thanatos' divinity, isn't that that's so weird.
Everything that I see and hear this time has left me shaken to the core. What may seem like a mundane conversation is in truth a once-in-a-lifetime exchange that has revealed the ultimate answer to Cersei's question.
So what exactly are we?
The conjecture has taken shape and must now be solidified into a theorem. Next, I only need to seek verification from Kefali. By doing so, I can answer Cersei's question and reclaim my body.
Alright, there was an audio delay on my end here. And the game is lagging again. So I can't really read that.
The conjecture has taken shape and must now be solidified into a theorem.
There you go.
But no, I will not do that. That isn't important, because another one of my conjectures, one that I have always dreamed of proving, has been proved right this very instant. Fusing a mortal soul with that of a Titan to replace said Titan is not a ludicrous idea after all.
What? Okay. Okay, just so you know, guys, this took about 4 minutes to load because PC being not really good with this, and internet somewhat manageable, and it's late. I can't keep up with this any longer, so.
What are you thinking about?
Just amazed at how this towering tree is Cersei's divine body. It's a majestic sight.
Is that so? You don't look the slightest bit amazed, though. Plus, you seem to be strangely familiar with the city around the Great Tree.
That's because we were at the CN show, which holds a giant freaking tree. Yeah. Yeah. Merely something from the past that I won't go into.
Events of the past, huh? I was also a child when I looked up at Cersei's. Their leaves and branches reflected the sparkling stars, and their trunk was like a pillar that supported the sky and ground. I stood at this very spot back then, imagining the day when I could climb to the top of this tree, because I would be the closest I can be to the sky at that spot.
You are a Sky Priest, yet you study at a place that is home to the recent Titan. That's rather counterintuitive.
Don't read too much into it. I mean, can mortals even hope to reach Aquila's realm? They're a strict and draconian god. Nothing like Circe's. Reason is willing to share what is theirs with others, but Sky only expects people to revere them. You get what I'm saying, right, Denny? After all, the Titan that imprisoned you and Grey here in Amphorius is none other than Aquila themselves.
Yes, I didn't count on provoking the ire of a local god.
But there will always be people who dream of soaring towards the sky. The Grove has a wealth of research on Aquila, and that is exactly what we are here for. It's just... I never thought Grey would meet with something like that before we set off. As a physician, I should have been there by his side.
Bad luck tends to come in streaks, so don't beat yourself up over it. Besides, Aglaia needs you here to uncover the truth behind what happened to the Grove. Let's just make the most out of this trip and keep a lookout for any documents related to the Death Titan. They could be useful to her.
Yeah, there's no rest for the weary, huh? In any case, what we're looking for could be anywhere in this enormous grove. Let's split up to cover more ground. Danny, with your skills, I'm sure those monsters born of the Black Tide will pose no threat to you anyway.
What about you? Will you be all right on your own?
Have you forgotten that you're talking to the chief physician of the Twilight Courtyard? Have more faith in me. I'll be just fine.
The silence in here is near deafening. With the vast amount of knowledge it holds, this academy is akin to a labyrinth of information. Even the cleverest of scholars would easily lose their way in here. I should gather my thoughts before I head in. How to leave Amphorius. In the myths, Aquila, the Titan who reigns over the domain of the skies, is a colossal bird that overlooks the world beneath them with 100 eyes. As long as they continue to soar above the clouds, the people of Amphorius will remain trapped on the ground. Hyacinth's forebears were priests who worshipped Aquila. Nobody is more familiar with the taboos of the sky than her. Seeing how Aglaia has sent her over here as a guide, it is possible that she plans to have Hyacinth take on a trial in the future. So let's still read about Titan mythology. In Amphorius, Titans are a common topic of discussion. People create myths that in turn conceive Titans. It's a tricky task to keep an objective view even among the people of Amphorius. Is there a way to step out of the situation and look at it from a different perspective? Titans and Aeons. Titans and Aeons are two distinct classes of beings. Titans can communicate with us humans, and it is not possible for us to overpower them. Upon their demise, we can even take over their divinity. In this regard, Titans can be said to be a lot more similar to humans than Aeons are. So, the Chrysos heirs and demigods? Chrysos heirs are humans who possess heroic qualities, with the most of them demonstrating extraordinary combat prowess and strength. Upon clearing a core flame trial, a Chrysos heirs can even ascend to a demigod and inherit a Titan's divinity. Wait, something about that feels off. Is this a selection process of some sort? About the flame chase journey and the prophecy. Guided by a prophecy, the heroes are on a quest to claim core flames and usher in an era nova. Their efforts have seen gratifying results to date. As I expected, the prophecy is the hardest to make any sense of, but with barely any information to go on, no matter how much I ruminate on it, it won't yield any results. I should leave this for another time. What about my Trailblazer's plight? Nobody could have ever imagined that her life would be forfeited the moment we landed on Amphorius. I should have done more to keep her safe, but it's not too late. We still have a fighting chance. The unique rules that govern life and death on Amphorius might just working in our favor to save her. The Grove is a variable library of knowledge. I'm getting a little tired because it's late. Maybe they'll have records on a similar case? Please let there be one. So enough music for now. It's time to move. The clock is ticking. I should search for clues as I move. And it looks like the sky feels unusual now that I've gotten used to the eternal light of Akuma. Not gonna move. Okay, so we have reached the end of the first two quests, I believe. I believe I am on the third quest as of now, I think. So I'm going to end this video here, and it looks like it is a good time for that. So thank you all for watching this video, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, please give this video a like or dislike. Any comments will be helpful. Like any questions you want to ask me, or at least anything you had to say about this story so far, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed it so far. And if you enjoyed it so far, please click the like button, and the opposite if you don't. And if you guys are new to the channel, please be sure to click the subscribe button to support my channel if you enjoyed my narrations, the gameplay in general, the games I usually play. If you wish to support me in the long run, it'd be greatly appreciated, and I will love you all for it if you liked my videos so far. Now, it's a quite discovery that I believe that Anaxa's or Cersei's questions, what exactly are we? I believe, upon visiting carefully, may have given some clues as to what Cersei's, or at least the demigods, are. And from what he said, apparently, if a Titan is dying, I do believe that the Flame Chase journey, or whatever it is, not the Flame Chase journey, but the process of becoming a demigod. If someone gets chosen as a demigod for a certain Titan, I believe they will take over the Titan's role and become them, which is weird. They would forsake not only their humanity, but their identity as a whole. And I guess human forms of Titans would change, but I'm thinking they will be replacing the Titans. Anyone who successfully became a demigod to a certain Titan, they will replace the Titan, so they can become a Titan. And then and I get it. There's a cycle. It becomes a cycle. So I'm quite enjoyed that revelation so far. So I'm pretty sure that Anaxa has his own objectives, but I think he would try to achieve it by deceiving not only Aglaia, but the Council of Elders as well. And I'm going to think that there is going to be a rebellion fighting over control of Akuma, or the authority, maybe, and overthrow the Chrysos heirs, because it is the ultimate revenge against that, due to the war and all that stuff. So until the next time, in the next video, I will be exploring here again, find out the Black Tide maybe, and investigate whether or not we could save the main character's life. And hopefully we can find the Death Titan as well, and of course uncover more clues about the truth behind the demigods and titans. Maybe. So, as I say this, thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the videos. Peace out, and have a great week.